land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree?
Add astro. Add astro. Thank you for.
No more love. Cleanup sequence in.
Close your eyes. Night falls.
Can't hide the truth. Insulation chamber.
Observe. To dust. Be silent.
Cleanup sequence initial.
Shower me with tech.
Close your eyes. Observe. Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark?
No more insulation chamber.
Be silent. Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark? Be silent.
Yeah.
defensive mode. It all adds up.
Strike a pose!
Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark? Do you fear the dark?
Insulation chamber.
Do you fear the dark?
This realm is... If you ever...
orange snow dances in the air? So this is the fabled desert. Ah!
Hey, ready to do some wonderful. Just yep, all you gotta do. Defensive mode engaged.
Observe. Close your eyes. To dust. The night cometh.
Insulation chamber.
Rush attack!
Observe. Close your eyes. Night falls.
Good one!
Cleanup sequence initiated.
The long sleep beckons. Observe.
Strike a pose! Don't flaw! Rush it!
Yeah.
Your coming was foretelling.
Things are about to get.
Huh? Teamwork is trick!
For the eternal oasis. Bloom is a
Here
Gotcha. Game's up. So let's light it up. I'm going.
Wind strider. Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Transfixed. Here comes the catch.
Ha! Teamwork is trick!
Clouds high. The bird... Your coming was foretold.
Laid bare. Game's up. So
I'm going in!
As one with wind and cloud.
here comes the catch.
Everybody stand!
Fallen leaves. Adorn... Your coming was foretold.
Things are about to get tight.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is...
As one with wind and cloud.
care for a dance.
Dance with me.
Laid bare. From so I'm going in! Ha!
Clouds high. The bird.
Transfixed. Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Everybody stand back! Let
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Your coming was foretold. Careful. Busted. Things are about to get tight. Adventure. Huh? I'm going in.
As one with wind and cloud. Wind strider.
Laid bare. Let the mountain's veins
Dissipate. Allow me.
Silence! Be sanctified. Bow your head.
Stand with me. Torrent, bring refuge.
Hear the echoes of the valley!
Lightning, purified.
Settle down. Let the mighty be humbled.
Let the mountain's veins boil!
Rest and revive.
Silence!
Hold the line. Let's dance.
Barbados, guide us.
Out of my way. Billowing surge. Come on. We can do it. Our bond is strong. Go as one. Allow me.
I swear by my sword.
Let the show begin. Dissipate. Covenant of the deep.
Wind, hear me.
Stand with me. Go as one.
Transfiguration! Cryoing.
Shower me with praise! Let the world come!
A little amuse-bouche! At first, extinguished. Yeah. 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 My will embodied. Obey. By ordinance divine.
Strike a pose! Time to shine!
Goose on the loose. Mine to wield. Ha. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Cryo incarnate.
Shower me with praise! Let the world come!
A burst of flavor. Power. Ha. Ha. Yeah.
Good news, everyone! The Fieldwise Center is getting a lot of praise from important scholars all throughout the academia. Soon, they'll send a team of specialists to take over the management of this place based on our recommendations. So, thank you for all the support.
Wow! Sounds like your hard work paid off, Kale.
And you're overseeing the transition yourself. Well done. The young students today could learn a thing or two from you, Kale. Your confidence, your proactiveness, your leadership. It's admirable. Not like some of the ones I teach. So focused on theses and research with no practical skills to speak of. To be honest, I don't feel all that confident. Being the go-between for all the different Darshans, coordinating everything, I still can't quite believe I managed it. Oh, but the Traveler and Paimon played a huge role in that too. I can't thank you both enough.
Yeah, we're used to this kind of work. So for us, this was more like a super special camping trip with friends. You know, a few puzzles here, a little exercise there. It was super fun. Pretty much a piece of cake. Oh, man. Now Paimon's hungry. Hey, now that we're all done, why don't we go get some food to celebrate?
Candace and I are 2 steps ahead of you. This way, everyone.
Woohoo! A feast!
Perfect timing.
Oh, it's been a while since we've had such a delicious spread of dishes from Sumeru. Paimon feels like she could eat twice as much. No, 3 times as much as normal. Huh, is that a challenge? Careful what you wish for. We have your wallet to think about.
It's been a while since I've had food from the desert region. It's nothing like I remember. Now this is the real deal. Everything I've tried before pales in comparison.
That means a lot, Madame Farazan. If all the researchers who came to our village were so polite, we would have an occasion to offer feasts like this more often.
By the way, you planning on doing any sightseeing, Miss Amber? You came all this way after all.
Oh, for sure. I hear that there's a forest full of gigantic trees northwest of Port Ormos, with trunks bigger than the entire width of the Good Hunter restaurant. I'd love to see it for myself. Oh, and I bet I could climb up and then glide down from the treetops. That sounds so fun.
In that case, I'll give you some snacks to take with you. Like a dense cake or some dumplings. The wind's strong up there, so you don't want anything too crumbly. Oh, and you'll need a thicker water skin, so it doesn't break if it drops.
Oh, dumplings sound great.
for the desert, I'd love to check out some of the ruins, like that giant one shaped like an hourglass. I'll just observe from a distance, though. Your ruins could be protected sites, so better to not barge in. Besides, there could be someone sleeping in there.
I'm glad to hear that, Miss Amber. It's for the best.
Your body won't be used to the desert environment, though, so traveling could be tough. You'll need to bring moisturizing ointment and essential oils for the skin.
Honestly, though, helping set up the Fieldwise Center was the real highlight of this trip. And thanks to you, Kale, I got to make some new friends, too. So I couldn't be happier. Feel free to drop in on me in Mondstadt anytime. I'll show you the best our city has to offer.
Don't mind if I do. I had some dandelion wine while I was in Fontaine, and man, that was the stuff. So sweet and fragrant. Not a single bitter note in there at all. And that was the imported stuff. I bet the taste is even better when it's fresh. I'm looking forward to downing a couple of barrels already.
It couldn't hurt to take a break from wine either. Those children gave you some hennaberry thorn powder, remember? You could make some tea.
Come on, Candace. It's just a taste. The barrels aren't even that big. We're talking like 3 to 5 cups per, tops. And don't worry, I'd make sure to bring back souvenirs for everyone.
Well, I've heard the Knights of Favonius library has quite the collection. I wonder if there are tomes that approach engineering from a different angle. Could be worth perusing.
I'm not sure about the exact number, but the library's pretty huge, all right. What kind of books are you interested in, Madame Farazan? I can write them down and have Lisa get them ready for you. Either way, just leave your Mondstadt travel plans to me.
Lisa? Lisa Mincy? Cyrus's prize student who he never stops bragging about? So that's where she's hiding.
Ah, this is kind of nice, isn't it? Friends of ours meeting other friends of ours, then becoming friends in their own right. Yeah, maybe we should start introducing our friends to each other. Paimon can think of a few who might get along. Huh, not a bad idea, right? Just imagine all the fun we could have.
People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past affairs.
Can't hide the
Defensive mode engaged.
Close your eyes. Observe.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from
Add
all
Ash.
Here you go, Lady Nefer. The book you were looking for.
Let me see. Would you look at that? Finally, an actual copy of The Man Who Became a Mule.
Yeah! Never doesn't seem like the kind of person who takes commissions. More like the kind who dishes them out. Hey! If you start taking work from Nefer, there'll be none left for Yehoda! Still, what sort of job is Nefer delegating to the Adventurers Guild? I'm kinda curious.
Not bad. This is exactly what I was looking for. The Adventurers Guild must have quite the impressive network tracking down a long-lost story like this.
Well, that's all thanks to our hard-working adventurers. There were quite a few setbacks along the way, but in the end, we managed to find a collector in Snezhnaya who had a copy.
How ironic that a story about the desert would end up somewhere like Snezhnaya. Well, thank you for your efforts. I'll send over the payment as promised. Also, Mr. Sarin, please keep this commission active and raise its priority level. I'll cover the additional fee as well.
Not a problem. It's our honor to do business with you, Lady Nefer. If you'll excuse me, I'll go get everything sorted.
My business is done, you two. You can come out and ask your questions. I know you're curious.
You even heard what Paimon said? Huh. Guess that's what makes you the boss.
Something like that. It's more like a long-term partnership I have with the Adventurers Guild. Come, let's head back to the Curatorium for a cup of tea. This isn't the best place for sharing stories.
Add Ash.
Huh. Looks like Yehoda's not back yet. Wait here. I'll go brew some tea.
Who's a good kitty? Come on, shake.
All right, help yourselves. Cream and sugar is over there if you need it. Looks like Ashrew's taken a real liking to you. Back when I first brought him home, he was as fierce as a little lion. He didn't let anyone get close except for me. Anybody else who tried would have his little fangs and claws to contend with.
Seriously? You'd never guess he used to be aggressive.
That was a long time ago, when the two of us had just arrived in Nodcry. Back then, we had no one to rely on but ourselves. And to survive in a place like Nodcry, we had no choice but to bare our claws and teeth. Of course, things are different now. Anyway, it's about time we satisfied that curiosity of yours. I'm guessing you want to know more about my long-term partnership with the Adventurers Guild?
You mean like some kind of extra special treasure even Nefer can't get her hands on?
It's special, no doubt about that. But whether it counts as treasure? Well, that depends on how you see it. Here, this is the book I asked the Adventurers Guild to find for me. Take a look.
Oh, it's like a fairy tale from Sumeru. Uh-oh, not another riddle-filled treasure hunt. Well, this one out.
Relax. It's just a story passed down among the desert dwellers of Sumeru. There's no secret treasure and no hidden riddles. The only reason I went to such lengths to find it is because it has to do with my father. That's right. From what you've seen before, you no doubt remember the fate that befell us. Before he brought back those so-called spoils of war, before our little village ended up buried under the desert sands, he used to tell me stories. You know what Sumeru was like back then. Tales like these, stories full of wisdom and warmth, were something only the lucky few living in the rainforests got to hear. But for the desert dwellers, cut off from civilization by the wall of Samiel, wisdom and warmth were luxuries we couldn't afford. The stories passed down in the desert had one purpose and one alone: to teach children how to survive. In desert tales, people who waste food get turned into scorpions. Those who waste water end up losing their tongues. The stories taught us to be kind, but to be scarce with our trust. To lie and deceive as long as we didn't get caught. But I suppose my father didn't want me to turn out like everyone else. He would take these stories and change them. Imbue them with more warmth. In the versions he told, liars turned into mules, killers fell off cliffs, but picky children ended up with a toothache at most.
Paimon kinda gets where he was coming from. After all, who doesn't want to see their kids grow up with the right values?
Me? I couldn't get enough of them. I'd spend my days counting down the minutes to nightfall, when Dad would lull me to sleep with another one of his stories. Then, come daytime, I'd grab his storybook and go tell them to the other kids. They were so envious of me. No matter where I went, there was always a line of kids trailing behind me. They would do whatever I asked, just for the chance to hear a story. And then, one day, it all came to an end. And now, all that remains of those times is buried under the sand. My father, my friends, my tribe, and all those stories too. After that, I went to the academia. It was there that I first discovered the original versions of some of his stories. In those versions, the liars were never punished. The murderers walked free. After all, if you fall for a lie, you deserve to be deceived. If the blade is in your hand, you get to write the rules. And picky children? They ended up just like the ones who wasted water, turned into lizards, doomed to spend the rest of their days crawling under the rocks. Only then did I realize that it was my father who'd been deceiving me all along, weaving a false world of warmth to shelter me from the harsh realities of the world. But once my father was gone, that world collapsed with him. And I had no choice but to face the truth. Luckily, though, I was a quick learner. Before long, I'd turned into exactly the kind of desert dweller he'd worked so hard to keep me from becoming. After that, it was all lies, deceit, revenge, and ruin. Themes that have played out in the desert 1,000 times over. But I'm sure you know that all too well. More or less. I just want to know exactly how many lies a father might tell his own daughter. As the only person in this world he ever deceived so completely, I suppose I owe it to him to make an equally comprehensive record of his distortions. Besides, Anonymity seems a cruel fate for such a prolific twister of the truth. Anyway, I'm sure Thoth, the Ibis King, would approve of what I'm doing. After all, he was the one who sent me in search of something that could discern truth from falsehood. When I was young, the stories my father told me shaped my understanding of the world. Whereas their original endings, well, they taught me what this world is really like. And it's true. For me, they really did help me discern truth from falsehood. I figured that gathering them up might be the key to finding the answer the Ibis King was looking for. So, after I established myself in Nodcry, I started using every available channel to track down the stories my father once told me. The problem was, nearly all of them were folk tales, parables passed down in the desert through word of mouth. Very few were ever written down. But living all the way out here in Nodcry, it wasn't like I could just go wandering around the desert to find those who still remembered them. As for Yehoda, well, I was short on manpower as it was, so I needed a different plan. And considering the countless adventurers at their disposal, I decided to strike up a long-term partnership with the Adventurers Guild. They bring me stories passed down among the desert people. I pay them accordingly, and sometimes even do them a little favor in return. Mr. Sauron was more than happy with my terms, so we soon came to an understanding. And from the way things have been going, I'd say our arrangement has worked out rather well. Well, this was the very last story my father ever told me. The only one whose ending he left unchanged. A man who spent his life distorting the truth. Buried under the desert sand the one time he chose not to lie. And look, it even says, deep down, his was a heart of gold. And that is the greatest wisdom of all. How ironic is that? Anyway, I can make a copy of this story if you're interested. And I just realized, you're an adventurer too, aren't you, traveler? Well, being an adventurer means you've traveled far and wide, and seen many things. I was just thinking, we could sign an agreement for a long-term partnership of our own. If you ever come across any stories about the desert dwellers of Sumeru, bring them to me, and I'll make it worth your while.
Wait, was that your goal this whole time? Just to ask us that?
Wonderful. Then here's to a long and fruitful partnership. And speaking of partnerships, why isn't Yehoda back yet? Was that job I gave her really that difficult?
Add at